Okay, we are up to Chapter 12, Salamander Smackdown. Abby leapt and turned in one fluid moment. Leo jumped up on his bed and immediately smacked his head on the roof's low ceiling. In the same moment, Miss Lachlan hoisted up the window and squeezed herself into the room. Abby sliced through the air towards Miss Lachlan, claws drawn. Her long black hair and pale skin had become replaced by feathers, and her muscular arms had become powerful wings. "Falcon," whispered Leo, and he knew Miss Lachlan had no chance. Despite her recent turn into the moose and the orange orangutan before that, Abby's speciality was turning into birds. She was a flyer, and Leo had discovered ever since she learnt to control her turns, she had been turning her way through every species of bird. Miss Lachlan, on the other hand, was permanently suspended halfway between salamander and human. Her body was more or less human-shaped, but her features and skin were disturbingly similar to those of an amphibious lizard. Leo was still shocked that he had been fooled for nearly half a year by the fake rubber skin of his old art teacher. In the split second as Abby rocked across the tiny room, Leo felt certain that Miss Lachlan was about to be pureed like a frog in a blender. But both Leo and Abby miscalculated. Before Abby got close, Miss Lachlan sprung out of the way like she'd been fired from an invisible slingshot. It happened so fast that Abby crashed into the window pane in a blast of feathers. Miss Lachlan gripped the ceiling fan, her hands and feet spread out wide. She never did that in art class, Leo thought. Abby shot up towards her, but Miss Lachlan anticipated her arrival and dropped down onto Abby's bed, then bounced up and stuck onto the walls like a piece of gum. Abby missed her completely and smashed into the ceiling. As Miss Lachlan gripped the wallpaper, she swiveled her scaly head around to stare at Leo and croaked, "Don't you want to know why I'm here?" To give me my school report," said Leo hopefully, but his comment was drowned out by another squawk from Abby, who was arcing towards Miss Lachlan, her beak open wide. Miss Lachlan jumped again, her body curling and expanding like an elastic band. She cried out as Abby dragged a claw across her leg in midair. This was immediately followed by a thud and a screech as Abby thumped into the wall. The room simply was not wide enough for her enormous falcon wingspan, so she was forced to flap haphazardly as she jumped back and forth in noisy pursuit of Miss Lachlan. Leo tried to grab Miss Lachlan each time she landed, but the fight was too fast and he only got in Abby's way. Someone pounded the wall from the room next door and protested in muffled French. Miss Lachlan was clinging to the ceiling lamp now. Abby zoomed towards her, but Miss Lachlan leapt again. Abby collided with the lamp. It shattered and she dropped to the floor dazed as the room was plunged into near darkness. "You shouldn't have killed the glob," said Miss Lachlan from the end of Leo's bed. Despite the lack of light, Leo could see a dark streak of blood trickling from the claw mark in Miss Lachlan's bowed leg. "Well, the thing is, when you come across a 5-headed, genetically engineered, mutant-turning killing machine," said Leo, pressing his back against the wall at the head of his bed, "you generally don't try to make friends with it." He recalled the image of the giant slug-like abomination exploding apart in the caves of Camp Stillbone when Ernie had turned into a squirrel and punctured it from inside. Abby was flapping on the ground at the end of her bed. "We wouldn't be here right now if you had just minded your own business," said Miss Lachlan, creeping closer to Leo. "Well, on the plus side, I finally got to see Paris," said Leo, glancing around for a weapon. "Anyway, are you suggesting I should have just let you and Gonzalez unleash the glob creature?" "A far worse situation has been unleashed," said Miss Lachlan. Leo noticed that she had her nubby hand pressed against the gash in her leg and her whole body was tilting slightly. "If you remember," said Leo, "I was minding my own business. It was you who kidnapped me and stole my DNA. I'm the victim here." "And now all Turners will be victims," said Miss Lachlan. Her eyelids drooped heavily over her heavy orb-like eyes. I came here to warn you. Warn me? About what? The deathly predicament we are all in, said Miss Lachlan. She was breathing heavily now, taking troubled gulps for air. We, said Turner. Every single Turner. Oh, sorry, we, said Leo. Every single Turner. Miss Lachlan was face to face with Leo now, and he realised that she posed no physical threat. For a start, she was much shorter than him, and her amphibioid arms were short and skinny. Leo could see her heart beating against her chest. She looked like she was about to collapse. He was suddenly intrigued by how and why she had tracked down him and Abby. Leo, she said, whatever you do, you must. There was a loud thud, and Miss Lachlan fell to the ground. Got her, said Abby, fully returned and holding up the mini-fridge she'd just clobbered Miss Lachlan with. I have a feeling that might have been a mistake, said Leo. Okay, that's the end of chapter 12. Chapter 13 is called Turnicide. I don't think we could look that one up in a dictionary. I think that might be one of our neologisms because it's two words gone together. I wonder what two words they're going to be.